On February 7th to 9th of 2022, the liberation movement may reach its peak. On February 20th, there will still be an attempt to introduce new measures in relation to the disease that we faced with 2 years ago. I don't exclude the fact that in order to create such a precedent, some dishonest methods can be used, after which, as a consequence, people may feel unwell in terms of health. On March 8th to 10th, the struggle will continue, but the movement will face difficulties and attempts to give it a tough rebuff. And by March 12th, it is very important not to give up your intentions and not to buy into those offers, the purpose of which is to stop the movement. Otherwise, this whole idea may just come to an end. This date, March 12th, is very important. I don't exclude that an important segment of power will leave at this time. Speaking of Trudeau, all decisions made in his address and probably his resignation and even the revelation of his true face may come in March and especially the end of April. By April 24th, 2022, some kind of peace agreement may come, but that won't be all. The global revolution in Canada starts by May 22nd. This is a very difficult time for Canada, and by July 7th, 2022, there may be the first signs of a complete destruction of the system, including the financial one, and by October 18th, the final part of this devastation. Here, in both cases, the star Zubine Shamali works. It speaks of condemnation, imprisonment, shame, and ruin. The November lunar eclipse will manifest a total upheaval in this country. Around January 7th, it was already clear to Trudeau that the completion of his theme along with the star Mirfak meant that he would lose everything and had already lost it. And this is somehow very connected with his actions around November 19th, 2021. From the 20th of February until the middle of March, the Freedom Convoy will expand and spread to other countries. This movement will unite many and create a new direction, just like its own state. By March 20th, there may be provocative actions, misinformation, to which, of course, it wouldn't be worth reacting. It will be a special attempt to confuse people. By the end of March, there still may be many different events, but the most important times for the Freedom Convoy will fall on the time around April 27th, 2022. This is what I like to emphasize in particular, since this is the point in time at which the main struggle falls. And this is the moment when a situation of disunity within this movement can happen. It is dangerous, and this is the very moment when in no case can mistakes be made. Here is the time of the main turning point in historical events, and these events will depend on what happens with this movement. After all, it is it that is intended to become the sword of Damocles, punishing everyone who wanted to build a new virtual reality without a human face. And this will become clear by April 27th, 2022. But at this time, it can be very difficult for the movement itself. The most combat situation will be dated for April 30th. This is the day of the solar eclipse, and here the decisions will be fatal for everyone. There will be no turning back. Victory by May 25th, 2022. Apparently, the world revolution will be carried out by the hands of this movement, and May will be decisive in many ways, almost worldwide. May will not be easy, but this will be that sacramental moment in time which will become the hand of higher powers. They created a precedent in 20th of December 2021, and the same Freedom Convoy was called to become the hands of this battle. Generally speaking, all this reminds me of some kind of global disease of a civilizational scale, which won't immediately but be cured during 2022. The first signs of complete readiness to join this process will begin to a greater extent in May. But this won't be decided in one go. Only by fall, at the cost of great efforts and resistance of those who decided to arrange a new world order, but with signs of dehumanization, it will be coming to an end, in the form that has lasted since the beginning of 2020. And Canada needs to be prepared for the fact that the whole plot of restructuring and struggle will take time right up to the spring of 2023.